have the money, your go-to is, let me steal it. And it's not even a stealing of food, eyeliner. What is that? Court is calling 2024 CR 3821, State of Texas versus Janessa Lynette Salazar. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Greg Desmarais.
And are you Ms. Salazar?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I did, and I have, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Salazar, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
I did. Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe she does, Judge.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your
Ms. Salazar, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her rights to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
All right. According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There is a $1,500 fine. State recommends community supervision. They're taking in consideration cause number 729,758. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a top evaluation, 180 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with Walmart. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may continue to confer. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Did. Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
You're my client, Judge. It's on disability. She is a mother. There's very humble in this case. Nothing that she has even tried to minimize, or she understands her role in this and she wants to complete her probation successfully.
All right, what are you on disability for?
I had back and mental. My back, and I had surgery, and for mental, I had bipolar and
Exactly.
yeah, anxiety, depression.
All right, why do you keep stealing?
There wasn't any reason for it. I didn't have the money.
I'm sorry,
I
what?
didn't have the money and I shouldn't have done it. It was a Halloween outfit for my son.
Okay, so I
There's no
can't
reason.
understand what you're
There
saying.
was no reason at all. No reason.
All right, so why? If there's no reason whatsoever, then why are you stealing?
Don't have a good answer. There's no good reason for it at all.
I mean, well, there has to be a reason because you had to. I looked at the items and the items are not all in one location, so you have to walk around Walmart.
Mm.
And I think everybody may be familiar with the layout of Walmart. Crayons are not on the same aisle as eyeliner. Eyeliner is usually in the health and beauty department. So I'm trying to figure out, why are you stealing? And this is not the first time.
Mm.
So what's going on with you that you feel the need to take what does not belong to you?
I didn't have the money.
So why is it when you don't have the money, your go-to is let me steal it? And it's not even a stealing of food. Eyeliner. What does that have to do with anything?
That it was one of the items, correct? I'm sorry.
And then there's a theft of taking of glitter.
That was for the Halloween outfit.
All right. Well,
It doesn't, I'm sorry.
and how old is your children?
My son is 4.
4.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So 4-year-old is not going to know if they don't go to Halloween or not
Correct.
and go trick or treating from door to door. But I think a 4-year-old will know if their mom is not home because she's at the prison for stealing.
Yes, ma'am.
And then who are the nails for?
I don't, I guess maybe for myself, I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly what, I don't remember those items that I have any on it.
Do you remember any of the items that you took?
I don't remember exactly, but I believe that there was makeup for my son's outfit, which was a wolf outfit, and to be honest with you, I don't, it was.
What does the glitter come in on a wolf outfit?
That's what I don't recall that.
Unless it's Twilight.
Twilight is actually, no.
No, Twilight is the,
Sorry.
no,
I'm sorry.
Twilight is the vampires where they added some sort of glitter that is not in any of the vampire lore that I've ever read,
Yes,
but
ma'am. I'm thinking maybe that was the name on the packaging for that, because it was face paint
Mhm.
for his outfit.
All right. So how are you, who all lives in the house with you?
My son, my youngest son, and my oldest son, and myself.
All right. So you all are just living off of your social security?
I get help with the assistance with housing and my social security, and my oldest son is actually about to be sworn in the Marines, so he's going to be in the Marine son. And yes, that's pretty much what I live off. Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can't steal. It's against the law. And now they're asking for no contact with Walmart. So you will not be able to go to Walmart.
Yes, ma'am.
It's probably going to have to be Target or Sam's or Costco somewhere else, but no longer you're allowed to go to Walmart. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And that means any Walmart.
Yes, ma'am.
With regards to the $1,500 fine,
Your Honor, she is indigent, as she just stated. I would ask if you could waive or hold that in abeyance.
all right, the court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a $1,500 fine that'll be probated. Take in consideration 729,758. There should be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment or SSI within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. Court is going to order 180 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once she's completed the parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be no contact with Walmart, field visits, 1 time per month for 3 months. Was Child Protective Services at all involved? We can do a MIC evaluation out of custody.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then the system is down, but normally for a state jail felony, the court costs will probably run about 300 to, I'll say, 380.
Yes.
If for some reason she's unable to pay that, you'll just have to submit a letter.
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. When you want things, you got to work for them. If you don't have any money for it, you would probably be shocked. Sometimes you go up to somebody and you say, hey, I don't have any money. I'm on SSI, or this is what's going on in my life. I'm trying to make a costume for my son. Somebody in Walmart probably would have said, oh, this is $10. Here you go. I'll pay for it. I've seen people do that all the time. But now what you've done is you set yourself back, because now you have to do all of this. And you don't understand. It appears that you don't understand. You're not allowed to steal. I would have ordered a course for you, but I'm going to give you the course now. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. Period. And then there's a criminal trespass. I believe that's the criminal trespass as it relates maybe to Walmart. Here's the thing. When you have something that's a criminal trespass and people tell you you're not allowed back here, don't go. If you do go to a location and the owner asks you to leave, leave. That's your two courses that I'm giving you. Do you understand?
I do.
In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
All
you.
right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2021 CR 10875, State of Texas versus Jose Castañón. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
George Schaefer is here for defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Castañón?
Yes,
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. There are no applications.
No application.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
you do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we're proceeding on a lesser included attempted arson, which is a second degree felony.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, we'd ask the court to approve the state's request to amend.
All right. And Mr. Castellon, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and
Yes, ma'am.
Affidavit of Admonitions?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of attempted arson of a habitation or place of assembly? That's a second degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Understood.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Understood.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Understood.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, understood.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does now, Your Honor, although I'll point out for the record that in March of 2022, he was determined to be incompetent to proceed. He's gone through restoration services and has again now regained his competence to proceed. I find him so competent today as well.
All right. And do you believe he was sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Castellon, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of attempted arson of a habitation or an assembly. Punishments be assessed at 2 years in the prison and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Understood.
Defense?
It is, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Understood. Yes.
Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court.
Understood.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. Exhibit number 1, all this-
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, states you may continue to confer. Did you review the document entitled Wavering Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you
Yes.
understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. And all right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And counsel, you don't believe there is an issue of sanity?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Well, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes,
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, other than the fact that he's been in custody for a long time and has withdrawn from his use of alcohol and other substances, I think the defendant is prepared to accept the sentence of the court at the present time.
All right. Mr. Castagnon,
Yes, Your Honor.
when you're released, what are your plans?
My plans are to get my life together, first report to Center for Health, and get my identity and things going, and get me a place to live, which is a good environment, would be for a facility where would be groups for mental health, place would be in a good environment, would be no drugs, alcohol involved, that would be not permitted.
All right. Do you have any family support?
Yes, I do, my brothers and my sisters.
Okay. And have you been in contact with them since you've
I've
been in custody?
contact quite a bit with my brother.
Okay. All right. The court is going to follow your agreement, sentence you to 2 years in the prison. I'm going to ask for mental health treatment while he's at the prison. However, I have no jurisdiction over that. Yes.
He has 907 days credit.
All right. So I understand that, but here's the thing. I am sentencing you to the 2 years. I can even say judgment satisfied in it, but they're probably, maybe, will still transfer you to the prison to process you. Has he ever been to prison before?
State jail.
All right, so you may not be in their system, and if you're not in their system, it's going to take longer for them to process you. All right, so 2 years, TDC. I'm going to order mental health. When you get there, they'll probably tell you where you can go to get mental health treatment. I'll give you credit for any time served. I'll show that the judgment is satisfied. State, do you agree that the judgment is satisfied?
Yes, Your
All right, I'll show that the judgment is satisfied. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you
Yes.
understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Understood.
All right, we can go off the record. So usually what ends up happening, they usually will transport you to the prison. I don't know what the overcrowding situation is, so they may release you from the Bexar County Jail. They may not. So if they're transferring you to prison, just know the judgment will be in the system and they'll be able to see it. If there's some issue with any of his credit that he's received, your counsel can always come back to court. When you're released, if you cannot find where you need to go for mental health treatment, you can always come back to the court. If I'm here, I will direct you to the location so you can get treatment and make sure you stay on your medications. You understand?
Yes.
And if you are on your medications and they have bad side effects, you need to let your doctors know because maybe they can give you something else. Don't just disregard them, okay?
I was on my in Bakersfield, but here at the jail, they don't have it, so.
Mhm.
But when I get back to, what you call it, Center for Health, they'll put me back on my injection.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 1271, State of Texas versus Renee Roman. If I'm going to have parties announced for the record for the state
Casey Garrett and your
defense.
Raymond Bell for the defense.
And are you Mr. Roman?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Discovery Acknowledgement with your, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, on both, Your Honor.
All right. Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Roman, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you, counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Recent waive.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor. Maybe repeat.
All right. Did you understand in count one, you're charged with the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did your attorney explain to you the court admonishments and review that with you in detail? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand that the range of punishment for unauthorized use of a vehicle is anywhere from 180 days in the state jail facility up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Court counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Based on my interactions, I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Roman, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. How do you pronounce your last name?
Roman.
Roman. See, that's what I was thinking because I was thinking about Judge Roman. All right. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on count one. Punishments be assessed at 15 months in the state jail facility. There's $1,000 fine and no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
I did file pretrial motions, Judge. However, they were not presented to the court for hearing.
Then to count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Be the same. No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places, Mr. Roman? Again, did you understand you have a right to, and state you may continue to confer. Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I would just ask the court to follow the agreement of the parties My client understands that he had a definite lapse in judgment when he engaged in this activity. He recognizes it was inappropriate behavior. And he, wants to accept responsibility for that. So that way he can get back on track. He does have a family to support. He has a wife and a child. And it's definitely been difficult on him being in jail. He understands he just needs to get this behind him. That way he can get back on the path to supporting his family.
Why do you keep stealing?
It's just bad decision, man.
Well, why do you keep making bad decisions of stealing?
I mean, I don't know, I guess it's just a history against this. Something that I just keep screwing up, that's it.
How old are your children?
9 and 6.
9 and 6. So do you think they're proud of you right now?
No, I don't.
So why do you keep doing things that are not making your children proud of you? That's the question. You've got to get to the root cause of that, because the way I see it, you're going to end up spending the rest of your life in somebody's prison. And you know what's going to end up happening? I don't know who the mother of your children is. I don't know what type of person she is. I will tell you, some of the women in my family, I won't say some, all. If you go to prison, they're not bringing children to visit you at the prison. And then, of course, the rest of the family is going to say, why do you keep having children with this person who keeps stealing? So you need to stop. Otherwise, you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison or in the Bexar County Jail or wherever it may be. And then you know what ends up happening? Children, the way they learn to speak is they listen to other people and they imitate what they're doing. So do you want your children stealing leaf blowers and then driving to the location to sell the leaf blowers back to the person that it was stolen from?
Right.
And then not only do you bring the complainants their leaf blowers to try to sell them back to him, but you arrive in a stolen vehicle. All right, court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 15 months in the state jail facility. There's $1,000 fine. Time and money will not run concurrent and give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You better make better decisions. Otherwise, you're going to be that person at the prison. And you know what? A new person's going to come in and they're going to say, how do things run around here? And somebody's going to say, oh, you need to ask the person we call the grandfather, because they're the old person here. And they're going to say, who is that? Oh, that's Mr. Roman. And they're going to point to you. Don't be that person. All right, good luck to you.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, Victoria Velez.
But we've conferred with the VA, and I believe we have an agreement in place.
Okay.
So what I'm asking for, my client, I don't know if you remember, has been diagnosed with leukemia and is going through different things, trying to take care of that. I'm asking for just a 30-day reset, and then we'll plea on this case.
All right. Is there, and I understand the issues. Is there a reason why it can't be taken care of today?
And what would be the reason?
Well, because we basically just gave me an offer that we're not completely,
So need more time to confer?
yeah.
Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Sure.
I'm always curious.
It's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. These are beautiful flowers. All right.
Those are beautiful flowers.
Oh, thank
Their
you.
birthday or-
Yeah, they're from Hawaii,
Oh, it's beautiful.
and I was surprised. I was like, oh, I think flowers always brighten a day, you know? All right, so Norma, in this case, is 30 days enough time for you?
I say 30, that'd be July 4th-ish. I'm gonna be, Judge, anytime I'm gonna be going back home to Colorado, probably be back around the 10th or after that, if that's possible.
All right, Norma, can you set this the 4th week of July? Is that good?
Perfect, Judge.
Okay. Is the 23rd good?
Perfect. Judge.
Is the
Thank you.
23rd good for you?
Yes.
Is that going to
I don't
interfere
know
with it?
What day is that?
That's a Tuesday. Is that going to interfere with your treatment?
I actually have a appointment the next day, so maybe like a couple of days after that, that'll work out. 'Cause,
All right, so
23rd is good.
No, I told her maybe like the 27th. Is that?
the 27th is a Saturday.
Or so, let's do the Friday or Monday.
Monday is the 22nd,
So Monday's the 27th. Okay.
July.
Planner with me, that's fine. I'm sorry.
Sure.
That's fine.
So do you want it on what is a good date for you? Because I know you have treatments and sometimes you're sick after treatments and you need recovery time.
Right, so I would say the Monday after, so would it be the 27th?
So you're saying the 29th?
Yes, that's better.
Do you have a calendar?
I feel
Yeah, I
like
have my
this is
planner with
bizarre.
me. I just have my planner with me.
All right, he's going to show you the calendar.
Let me show you.
Yeah, let me see.
So when is your appointment?
It's on July 24th, which is a
All right,
Wednesday.
so do you want to do it on the 22nd?
On the
Because I
Monday.
don't know,
Okay,
sometimes
yeah, let's do that. Let's
the
do that.
22nd?
Yes.
That's good, Judge.
All right, so we'll put it on the 22nd because I know sometimes after treatment, it takes a while to recover.
Sure.
So July 22nd, once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you,
Thank you
Judge.
so much.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, you're welcome.
All right.
James Jenkins, hi, if you'll come forward. All right, do you know if your case has been indicted yet or not?
No, it has not been indicted.
All right, so we only have indicted cases here. You know your case has been indicted if it has your number and a CR in it. So it'll say 2024 CR and then the number. So the only time you will be in this court is if you have a case that's been indicted or unless your attorney has specifically requested that you be in court today.
Well, yeah, but he went on his 52nd wedding anniversary today.
Okay.
But
Oh, well,
this the courtroom that they told me to come to.
All right.
I didn't do any paperwork in the mail or anything. I had to come down here and go to the clerk's office to find out all my information.
okay. All right. And do you have your correct address online?
Yes,
All right, listed so they can send you information?
yes.
Yes. So you don't need to be here unless it's been indicted or your attorney has requested you appear. Do you understand? All right. So you're excused. If there's an issue with your bondsman, you can always call the court and we'll let them know you were here. All right. Thank you. Have a good day. You too. All right. So where are we with regards to evaluations and everything?
Yes, Your Honor. This morning I went down to Judge Carruthers' court. He was set for informal inquiry. Judge Carruthers did this morning order a mental health evaluation to determine his level of competency, Judge.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll set this for, well, do you think that it's probably going to be incompetent or you're not sure?
I'm leaning towards it possibly being more incompetent than not.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll set this for 90 days because I know with the nature of the offense, if he's deemed incompetent, they're probably going to send him to a facility and that's going to take a time for transfer. I need a 90-day reset on Mr. Payne. All right, August 27th.
Yes, Judge.
All right, do you have any questions, Mr. Payne? All right, we'll see you back then. All right, thank you. All right, Anthony Cochran.
Good morning,
Good
Judge.
morning.
This morning I was told there was a misdemeanor that's recently been unsealed and filed out of the same incident. There's also several co-defendants. I conferred with the state. It's our first setting. We'd like respectfully to reset this for discovery and allow my client to be transported down to 2 where Judge Sines has agreed to magistrate him so we can get a bond set. He doesn't even have a bond.
Okay, were you recently appointed?
I believe
Because-
we've had a pre-indictment setting, but we haven't had I believe this is his first setting post-indictment in this case. No.
No. State, who is on Anthony Cochran?
Yes.
All right, we were here on April 30th. And so today, the state was to make an offer in discovery. Are we not at the stage of,
I didn't discuss that with defense counsel. I mean, I think.
I was more worried about his warrant right now because it's a new thing that has popped up.
He has a warrant out of county court 2. And I think that's one thing that she was trying to get resolved before, because we haven't had a time to discuss. That's what she was.
all right. So do you have all of the discovery?
I have no idea if I have all of the discovery.
All right,
There's a
so
lot.
we're gonna come back. We're coming back on June 17th.
Okay.
All right, they need a reset for June 17th on Cochran. Sure. Mariano Rendon. Hello, hi.
This is a co-defendant too. Chacala's
Okay.
case, although this one, I was just talking to Mr. Willis about it. We believe, I gotta check with the tape. I think that there may be two indictments, but for the same incident. And I gotta decide, I'd find out if that's a dismissal on one or not, Judge.
Okay. To keep them together, I'll put it on the 17th, but I know there are going to be some issues.
And just so the court knows, I filed a notice of appearance on both of these cases. Mr. Molina was originally the attorney. I've talked to him. He was tied up in Comell County, but I filed notice of appearance, retained counsel on both. Mr. Molina was appointed.
All right, so we'll recall this back for June 17th. All right, if you'll get your reset form, then you're excused. Mr. Quarles? All right, you're muted, sir.
There I go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. All right. State on Mr. Quarles. This case, it's an aggravated assault. This is, okay, my understanding complainant is in prison?
My understanding is that's correct, Judge, on a not obviously a related charge, but I was talking to Mr. Porter, I gave an offer, and I think he was saying that to set it for trial. Correct. Yes.
All right. So how long is this trial going to last?
It's pretty straightforward, I guess, other than the event part. Without board ire judge, 2 days, so 3.
All right, if y'all want to confer with Ms. Ferguson on a jury trial date, and I know that this case appears to be all, but it's not all. What you want tomorrow?
We're obviously gonna look at it.
Yeah.
At least 10 business days.
Yeah. So if you all get with Ms. Ferguson on a date. All right. All right, Mr. Quarles, we're gonna get a date for you for trial.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Sure. Just remain on, Mr. Quarles.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so your jury trial is going to be for August 6th, and you need to make sure that you're present in the courtroom. Do you understand?
I understand. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then. Thank you. And thank you for dressing appropriately for Zoom.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is the court's understanding you are requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your plea deadline date has expired. State, how long do y'all both anticipate this case taking?
2 days, one for jury selection and one for evidence.
All right.
3 if you count deliberations, I guess, right? We always underestimate.
Okay. So when is your jury trial date?
Next date is July 1st, the impact.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, you all want to put this on impact?
Yeah, we absolutely can do that, if that's okay with you, Judge.
Yes.
Counsel, of course, but that works with us, if that works with y'all.
All right. Your jury trial date will be in impact court and it'll be July 1st.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, ma'am. When we leave, I'll show her where impact court is.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Once you fill out the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Can I see the files on Loretta Holmes, please? All right. Who's the party on Edward Casillas?
We are, Judge.
All right. So defense, did you have a chance to provide mitigation?
Yes, Judge, we did that. And today, the state has offered or has okayed us to apply for pretrial diversion. So my client and I went out and filled the application and we have turned it in this morning.
All right. I need a reset for PTD on Edward Casillas, please. Hello.
Hey, Judge.
Hi. All right. So we have one case that is ahead of yours, and I'm being told that they're actually doing jury selection tomorrow.
Okay, Judge.
So what I'll do is I'll recall this for tomorrow and he'll be brought over dressed.
Okay, in case they don't go.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
So your case hasn't been indicted.
Okay.
You'll know if your case is indicted because the number you see will have a CR to it.
Okay.
So we don't have pre-indictment cases in this court unless your attorney requests it.
Okay.
All right. So you are excused. If there's an issue with your bondsman, you can ask the court. You can call us and we'll let them know you were here.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day. All right. Are you all ready on Giovanni Escobedo? And counsel, thank you for your help on that.
Oh, no problem. Anytime. It's pretty easy.
So has there been a major backlog in the federal system?
It is, that court specifically where he's at, there's only one judge.
Ah,
And they have a lot of cases. I think there's a new judge that was, but I don't know if he has started yet. And obviously they have the COVID problem too.
yeah.
And it's a border town,
Ah,
so they get a lot of cases every day. So yeah, they have a lot of cases.
okay. Oh, thank you. All right, so on this case, where are we with regards to immigration issues?
I need to continue doing some research, Judge, because Mr. Escobedo has other cases out of county too that are pending. I have an offer by the state that I need to discuss with him and make sure it's not gonna be affect his immigration status. Also, the discovery, I just got it. Not that they didn't upload it, but all this problem with the computers. I'm gonna download it all tomorrow, today, and share it with him and see what we want to do. We have an offer. I'm trying to get the Padilla letter and.
So,
we are at-
so you're doing the immigration,
I can do my own research.
okay. How old are you?
26.
All right, Norma, set this for 45 days, and that will be your plea deadline date. And if nothing is worked out on your case, then it will be a quick turnaround for jury trial.
Understood, Judge.
All right, July 27th will be your plea deadline date. 22nd. All right, July 22nd will be your plea deadline date. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you. All right, good seeing you.
Good to see you too,
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excuse.
Yes,
Maybe excuse.
yes.